What's up, everybody? It's Tyler here, and I'm back for another interview. This time, I'm joined by Rising Star, who's currently quarantining in Canada. By the time I post this interview, she's probably back in the States. But I'm joined by Royale Lynn. Royal, it's
Hi
great to have you
guys.
on. How you
Thank
doing?
you so much for having me. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm really happy to have you on here. We're going to talk about your new single, His and Hers. Right now, we're also going to talk about a few more fun topics in a little bit. But first, let's get to your song, His and Hers. Came out pretty recently. I mean, it's just a great song for everybody out there. It's gotten great feedback. We're all happy to have it out there to listen to.
Oh, thank you so much. This was such a special project for me. And I think that finally having it out into the world has been, and the response that we have gotten has been overwhelming. I am truly blown away by how much everyone loves it. And that makes me so happy because it's so different than, everything we've kind of done so far.
Yep. Now, the song has a pretty clever viewpoint behind it. I just wanted to know, like, how did you come up with the song? And is it any personal experience that drove the idea behind it?
So I like to run. So a lot of people probably already know this, but I love running because it just clears my mind. And it is actually how I think of a lot of hooks and song ideas. So I was running and I thought of this idea and I was like, holy cow, what if it's not like his and hers? Because normally when you see that, you think of like, towels or like bathrooms or like, pillowcases and stuff like that. So when I thought of it, I was like, what if it's not his and hers, but his and now hers and not mine? So when I thought of the idea, like when I say I was in a full-on sprint and went to a dead stop and walked home, like I couldn't even, the idea was like consuming me. I couldn't believe it.
I
And there's a few ideas that hit me like a freight train, and that was definitely it. So
when I
yeah,
first
and then,
heard,
and then I wanted to bring in the girls. So I brought in
yeah,
Joy Beth Taylor, and Hunter Girl. Sorry, and I was like, guys, like I think that us three are the best for the job to make this story, real. And I really wanted it to be based off a musician who's always on the road that lets things kind of slip through the cracks on like a relationship side of things, because it is so hard, as at least for me, to maintain a relationship and be giving myself so much to a career. So that's really where the song stemmed from. And then we wrote off of that, because she now gets the picket fence, whereas like I am on the road still,
yeah.
So
I mean, when I first heard the song, to be honest, I thought it was going to be completely different. And then I heard it
really,
and I was like, whoa,
you
this
know
is,
what? I love that.
I mean, it's just great. Just a
Thank
completely different meaning from what I expected it to be. And I love it.
oh, thank you.
Now, in addition to that song, well, that song has gone viral on TikTok and you've gone viral on TikTok. How much has the platform been able to just help you expand your audience and helped you with pre-saves and streaming?
So TikTok, I couldn't figure it out for a very long time. I was definitely late to the party. Now, when I started gaining traction on a few videos, nothing like this, or what has happened recently, but I felt like the platform was kind of given this not a bad name, but people were just like, oh, like TikTok, this and that. And when I truly saw that the fan base and the people who actually care about the music, and from my understanding, obviously I'm no TikTok expert, but it gives independent artists basically for free a chance to go viral
Yeah.
for little things too, like the amount of viral videos, because it's real and it's these people doing real tasks in life. And you don't have to be wearing makeup. My first million video, I wasn't even wearing makeup. And I was like, this is what goes viral. So I think that it gives independent artists a chance. And not only artists like musicians, but like real artists like painting, things like that, singing. I can't even, like, the amount of things like knitting. I'm sure there's a knitting niche that people are going viral. And
Probably.
I think so for me, like, this is what I tell people now. if you have a free platform that is giving you an audience, you would be stupid not to at least try.
It's true. I mean,
If you want it bad enough, you'll go out and you'll do it. So when I saw TikTok, I was like, well, I'm going to give it a shot. And it actually ended up working.
I mean, that's great. I know there have been plenty of people that have gotten famous from it. One to name comes to mind, Priscilla Block. I mean, you see where she is now. She played the Grand Ole Opry.
I know. And Priscilla and I used to write songs in our tiny houses here in Nashville. So it's crazy, and I love seeing my friends succeed. And Spencer Crandall, he's a good friend of mine. He is also huge on the platform. I literally call him with so many questions. He probably hates me. I literally was talking to him like literally an hour ago about a bunch of different stuff. We have a lot of stuff coming out, but seeing friends succeed from a platform that helps them get in front of their audience. Like, I can't preach this enough. Like, if you want it bad enough, go out and get it. And this platform gives you that option.
I mean, it's funny too, because like the most random videos are the ones that go viral.
I know. I think my first one was my Hannah Montana video, but also with Presaves and everything like that. Like, so I have an analytics thing so I can see how many people have pre-saved on which streaming platforms. And we had like over 10K in pre-saves, pre-orders, things like that. So like Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. And to see those kinds of numbers, I have never seen those kind of numbers in my life with my music anyways. And all I can go back to is wow, it hit 500,000 on TikTok. So these people went and pre-ordered it. Like, they believe in the brand enough to be like, click here to get to this and actually pre-save it, which is the goal. So
the feedback on it's incredible.
It's wild.
Mind blowing, really. But let's dive a little deeper into the start of your career and how you got into country music. So who were some of your biggest influences growing up, and when was the moment that you knew you wanted just to be a country singer?
So my influences, so I grew up on a farm. We actually lived in a trailer before that. And when we got the farm, I was probably in like grade 3. And my parents listened to a lot of different things. My dad is a diehard Elvis fan. My mom always listened to, whatever radio station would come in on our little radio in the barn. So everything that was playing kind of in my life was so different. And obviously I went through different stages, and, I love punk. I love rock. I love country. I love pop. I can even get behind rap. My influences kind of come from a various of different areas pulling together to be like, okay, I love this song, don't love this song. And my playlists are insane. Like, people would laugh if they went through my Spotify right now, because it goes from like Eminem all the way to like Loretta Lynn, all the way to, A Day to Remember. And I think all these little influences made me fall in love with songwriting, because even though you write pop music, well, sometimes there's still a story, and that's the clever ways of spinning songs are my favorite. So if I hear a good song, like, I fall in love with it, and usually I'll explore. So if I find one song, usually I'll go check out more, like Kaylee Hammack. I heard Small Town Hypocrite recently, fell in love, was like, I wish I wrote this. And then found like Looking for a Lighter and things like that just expanded, my love for her and her music. So I definitely think that all of my influences, and especially, my mom taught me to cowboy at a very young age. Like, we had horses since I was a baby. My mom used to take me riding with her and would strap me in on one of like the baby, I don't even carriers. I don't even know. I don't have kids, but she would strap me to her, and we would go on trail rides that were like 7 hours long.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. So that was kind of my childhood. And, we were taught really good morals growing up on the farm, and, we were expected to like cut the grass and things like that. I was never allowed to cut the grass because I wouldn't go in a straight line.
Ooh,
Yeah, my stepdad was like, no, no, not
not a good
anymore.
idea.
So I did get out of that one. But feeding the horses and mucking stalls, like my mom used to pay me like $5. This is way back in the day. $5, 3 stalls for a week. That, like, when I say it took me hours a day to clean all of the stalls, like, anyways. So
Hey, I know how it feels. I mean, this isn't as bad, but I've mulched my entire backyard. And
it's hard work.
I know. It's not just the mulch though. You gotta pull back all the mulch before it, shove it
Yeah.
into a wheelbarrow, walk it all the way back to the woods. Like a
You
hundred.
know hard work. You know hard work.
It's fun though.
Yes. Or like, taking the hay off the truck and into the barn, like things like that, like we were expected to help. So I think that me growing up the way that I did, and especially when we were in the trailer, like it was my brother, my mom, my stepdad, and our Saint Bernard, and then the horses in the yard. So there were things that really influenced like what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. And, I am no rodeo queen and I don't claim to be at all. I would say I'm like backyard cowboy. And I am so grateful for how I grew up because, my mom is a total badass. I hope I can say that.
Of course.
And I'm so grateful to have grown up that way. So.
All right, now that you developed into the country singer that you are today, Nashville is back open at 100% capacity. Now you get to play in front of big crowds every time you
Yes.
perform now. So how excited are you to get back out there and just play shows for everybody, let them sing along to your songs and just feel all the love from the crowd?
So I think that I have missed, the human interaction of shows. And I've missed the, seeing a full bar and being able to play my music for them and people coming up and being so excited and coming back to shows. I can't wait to kind of get on the road more and really get to meet everyone that, has been following along for so long and how excited they are. So I totally understand, we all went through this pandemic and had to stay home and really learn, how to really live life, not being on the road or being at your job or seeing your family. It has definitely, now everything being open, I'm like, wow, we're getting a glimpse into what life will be now. Because I really don't feel like we're not going to go back to the exact same that we were.
Oh.
But being able to see everyone and see the looks on their faces and how free everyone looks right now. So it's crazy. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to, like I said, get on the road and talk to everyone and hug everyone. And I'm so excited.
I mean, it's just a lot of fun just to get back out there. I know New Jersey is a lot different than Tennessee, but we're like fully reopened, I guess, now. So I went
Yes.
into a restaurant the other day. Nobody was wearing masks. I didn't even walk in with a mask. I'm like, oh my God, this is something else. I forgot what it felt like.
I actually went into a store. I went into Target for the first time without a mask. And I felt so out of place. Like I was like, I feel like I'm naked, which is so funny. Masks, and like now you're like, what face am I making?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I just had the feeling like I feel like the last year and a half didn't even happen.
I know, it's kind of like you blink and it's over.
Mm-hmm. Even though it felt like forever.
I know it felt like forever, but then you look back and you're just like, it's been a year.
More than a year. Oh,
more than a year.
It was a long time, but coming close to the end, I hope. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
But anyway, now, since you're talking about playing in Nashville and everything, what are some of your favorite venues to play in town?
Ooh, that's a good question. Throughout the pandemic, I've really gotten to play like at the listening room a lot more than I normally get to. And I think they're definitely one of my favorite venues because people come there to watch the show. Mm-hmm. And I have been very fortunate to have been asked on a few rounds that I've gotten to play with people who I like idolize and meet them and play songs for them and, hear their stuff and how they run a show kind of thing. So I think the listening room is one of my favorites. It's been kind of home base for the last like little while, especially during, the pandemic. So Definitely there. I definitely still love playing at Jason Aldean's. That's one of my weekly. I get to play there right now, and they're great. And Old Red, they're great over there too, and I really appreciate them so much. Definitely, every venue has their things. So every time I get to play at a different venue, I get to walk into a new show and be like, okay, what's gonna happen today? And who's going to come in, like it's kind of exciting.
I mean, anybody could walk in. Jason Aldean could walk into his own bar.
I know. I do think he was there the other day when I was playing, but he was down a level.
That's still cool. I mean, like, I know Morgan Wallen just showed up at Kid Rock's Hockey Town and just
I got to play for Bobby Bones 2 weeks ago. They were doing some sort of interview, so we were playing while they were in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Now, I know you're a big Cody Johnson fan, and I'm sure you'd love to open for him. In addition to him, who else are some of your dream opening acts?
So obviously Cody is very high on my list. I've manifested that almost every single day for like my lifetime. The past few years, I've definitely wanted to open for Cody, and I really hope that one day we get to do that, because that's just such a dream of mine.
Everybody in the comments, tag Cody Johnson.
I know. Everybody, seriously, send this to him. I'm not weird, I promise. I think that I would love to open for Miranda Lambert. Would be a huge one for me. Casey Musgraves. Like, these are like very, very big. Even Cody, like I got to see Cody and Miranda. He opened for Miranda last year sometime. And so I definitely think that, like, I would love to do, like a Hardy tour or Jordan Davis, or hopping on with like Flatland Cavalry, like those kinds of shows. Like, I would just love to get the opportunity, even if it was just me and my guitar. I would be there in a heartbeat. I literally would take no pay. Like, that's how badly, like, I would love to get on the road and really meet other musicians who play with them. And, I'm definitely, fingers crossed, hoping that one day I get to hop on a tour with some amazing people. Lainey Wilson, I would love to open for her. She's amazing.
She's so good.
Oh, she's so good.
The album's great. Really love it. I know that Hardy would be just so much fun to open for. His atmospheres.
I know. It would be such a kick-ass show. I have seen his show, and like, I just think it's amazing. Morgan Wallen, like, even Ashton McBride, like, there are people that I just look up to so much, especially like with songwriting, and that would definitely be one that I would love to do.
Yeah, I know another person that gets everybody rowdy is Eric Church.
Oh yeah, he would be great. I wonder if I would ever get to open for Eric. That would be cool. That would be so cool. Brothers Osborne, like, I have so many idols.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many good bands, solo acts, just everything. Everything in Nashville is good for 95% of it. So good.
100%. Even Aaron Watson, like, down in Texas, like, I would love to do the Texas circuit too.
His new album is so good. American Soul.
Oh, good.
I've listened to that a lot. But we'll move on a little bit. Do you have any festivals planned for 2021?
So no festivals for this summer, but I'm hoping in the fall. We've been working through some stuff. Hopefully in the fall, we will be able to see everyone a lot more on the road. So fingers crossed.
Open so.
Really? I do know I'm in Texas the last week of August. Okay. New Braunfels. I'll be down there. So you can check everything out. Everything will be on the website. You'll be able to check it all out. So
yeah, I know Billy Bob's will be a fun place to play.
Billy Bob's is on my list. It is on my list.
Always wanted to go there. I've never been to Texas.
Really?
I've said this in previous interviews. I've never been to Texas, and I really want to go.
Texas is amazing.
Sure.
I actually saw no tumbleweeds the last time I was there, and I saw no armadillos, but I know that Texas, so people in Texas, if they like something, they will bring all their friends. They will support you. They will buy your merch. When I was down there last January now, right before the pandemic, was my last opening slot. and I opened for John Wolf down there. It was incredible. When I say that I cannot wait to go back, I am so excited.
I'm sure. I've seen videos, especially from Hardy. Just those crowds
Yeah.
down there look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, he went down and did like a co-Wetzel
Yep,
thing,
I
which
saw
is
that.
cool. So
So cool. I
cool.
watched on YouTube. Closest you can get, I guess. But before we finish off, I thought maybe we could hear a little bit about the rest of 2021 in regards to music releases for you.
Yes. So obviously a lot has been happening, especially with TikTok and the music doing as well as it is. I immediately got back in the studio. As soon as His and Hers was released, I basically was back in the studio recording new music. So we do have a release coming out on August 6th. So it'll be 1 month from whenever this comes out. And I'm super excited about it. It's called Trucks Ain't for Breaking Down In. It is something I'm truly proud of, and everything is coming together. The artwork looks amazing, and I am so excited. So once that one drops, I think that I'm gonna do something a little surprise after that. So 2021 and on, we're gonna roll out a lot of fun stuff. There's gonna be new merch. There's gonna be a few new ways that you guys can contact me and we can chat. So I am super, super excited. I do hope that we are on the road for fall, and I'm just ready to kick some ass in 2022. So I think that we're going to release a few more things in 2021, and then we're going to go full speed ahead for 2022. So I am so excited, and I hope everyone else is as excited as I am about everything.
Hey, I know everybody's excited. I do know, just from hearing the title of the song that you have coming out August 6th, it's going to be an anthem for years to come.
I am so excited. Thank you.
Welcome. Now, everybody out there watching this, make sure to go follow Royal on all of her social media platforms, and also tag Cody Johnson in the comments. Hit him up. Try and get him to have Royal on tour with him whenever that is, as soon as possible. That would be. I'd be there. I'll say that.
Yes.
I'll go to Texas. I will come to Texas to see the show.
Let's go.
Yeah. But anyway, Royal, thank you so much for joining me. It's great to have you on here. Of course.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Now, everybody make sure to go stream her music. And again, follow her on all of her social media platforms. And until next time, next interview, whenever that'll be, probably the next Saturday. We'll see you. All right. See you guys. Thank you again.